Greetings, salutations, good day and hi, guys and gals, and welcome back to the continuation of CorpoCar World Series Season 7, rounds 7 through 9 for today on this fabulous Sunday morning. There are 3 races taking place today at Yeongam in South Korea, and then at Michigan International Speedway for the prerequisite oval race, and traveling to Saxony in Germany for a round at the Sachsenring. Let's have a look at the points as they currently stand here. Kumanui. Sorry about that. Anyway, Kumanui Meal 214 will be a driver winner at Gateway with a 10-point lead. Anyways, sorry about the noise. That's coming from Adax and right there. Anyway, VNU's Mibi Ivory 204, 10 behind Meal, and then we have Lumi Ukime of Specialite 194. Fourth is Taiga Toragami of Idol Corp 186, and by tiebreaker we have Alias Onono with 183 points and 1 win. That's over Mizma's 1 second place. And the bottom half of the table, we have 1 driver yet to even qualify for a race. That's Shibi Cotton Bum. Yeah, all DNQs after the first 6 rounds. Is she going the way of Admiral Wyvernheart in West a couple months ago? Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, Adak, hello.
Apologies for the background noise again. This is the cost of having to do commentary in an open area, especially in a house where families are very much a commonplace. But anyways, let's not get ourselves backtrack too much here, as we have a few races that we need to deal with. First of all, we are going to be going to South Korea for round 7, by which we will be using the shorter national layout, which is essentially the same circuit, except you skip towards turn, instead of going right at turn 3, you go left at turn 3, and then you basically cut yourself into the latter part of the final sector in the full Grand Prix circuit.
Yeah.
And then you got Michigan, very much a 2-mile oval with a decent amount of banking, very much just about a flat-out circuit in these CorpoCars as it stands as well, and the Sachsenring. Road course in Germany in the south, and apparently it's used for motorcycle racing in addition to domestic German car racing. So can't wait to see how it and also it is very much a very hilly circuit with a lot of elevation changes.
Yeah.
But anyways, before we get into Sachsenring, we are going to go into Yeongam for the Grand Prix circuit. Oh wait, it's not even the national circuit. It's actually the national circuit where we essentially use the other pit straight after the Grand Prix circuit turn 3, and then after we get into the first of the long left-handers, we essentially get ourselves back into the basically turns 3 and 4. So anyways, we are going to get ourselves ready, Dag.
Yeah.
I'm also taking a notice though of one driver who have continuously failed to qualify for the race, and of course we are going to talk about Shibi Cotton Bum, and also another few drivers who haven't had the best of luck. Azusa Honami, who DNQ'd for 5 races already, and of course Snujichu, who DNQ'd for 4. To talk about a rotten amount of luck for these drivers for them not being able to participate in the race. But anyways, we gotta have to hit load circuit. We'll see if fortunes can be turned around.
Yeah. Anyway, we got some predictions in the chat. Chat wants to see Lumi Ukime winning at Yeongam, Roa Arctos in Michigan, and Kumanui Meal in the Sachsenring. And when are we getting me as a competitor? I myself am not a Vtuber, but because models cost like hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars to get one made, and do you think they should ever bring back Korea? Maybe someday. Hello.
So, anyways, we are just going to see how it will look here for the Yeongnam circuit for the potentially 36 cars that will be racing here. As we are about to finish up the qualifying session, looks like we are going to go for an onboard session.
With Utahimi Mochizuki of Specialite, so we are just gonna fast forward a bit, just to get through this preview lap.
Anyways, here we go, exiting the left-hander from the currently main straight into the first corner, which is essentially turns 4, 5, and 6 in the F1 circuit. Basically, you're taking in the first gear, so you try to. It's basically very finicky here, so you gotta be aware of your throttle and braking inputs. And then here comes Grand Prix turn 7 and turn 8 just about flat out. And then here's the not so flat out section, turn 9, and then into turn 10 coming up here. Hard braking here into this slow corner, first gear. Then try to get decent exit for a short burst run into Grand Prix turn 11. And then wind your entry here for turn 12, and then you get into the national circuit for a short burst into the final chicane. It's a bit open on the penultimate corner, but once you go to the final corner, it closes up to you. So you gotta need to be careful with your braking, especially when you're braking and turning at the same time. And then get a good exit from the final corner, and that should be a lap here in the Yeongnam circuit.
All right, thank you for the preview of this national circuit. Yeah, the full Grand Prix layout is 3.48 miles or 5.615 kilometers. This national circuit layout is only 1.892 miles, 3.045 kilometers. Let's set our field. Let's see which 36 drivers will come into the race and see if Shibby Cotton Bum can actually qualify for once. Grid, and do we have a reset situation? Do we have a reset situation? I don't think we would need to consider a.
We have a surprise. I think we have a surprise for Shibi Cotton Bum. Let's see who scored. Let's see the top positions.
Yes. First, we would need to see who did not qualify. Snoozy and Rem both too snoozy to get in the racing again. And
ouch.
And Perry Winkleton also. Also,
anyways,
Kai Sakota didn't qualify, and yes, I am aware of that she has a rather serious-looking announcement coming up later tonight, my time, and tomorrow morning, your time, Adak. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I might wake up to possibly some unpleasant news, as we are just going to erase more names from the field as we're about to get the 36 cars qualifying the grid. We will see how Kai Sakota handles, at least for these next 3 races. If it's the worst news that's going to come up, we hope that she's able to get the best result out of the situation. Otherwise, we have to make do with what we got. But anyways, the last car currently who have qualified is Leia Asimov. So that is very, very nice to see. But anyways, we are going to run down the grid here, as we need to confirm Connie Confetti has the pole position. Dag, note this. And also Rena Lynette, 2nd place. Kumanui Mail in 13th. Pokorakun 4th. Now, decent artist. Shibi Kambub ends her streak of not qualifying in the World Series this season, with her starting in 5th. Minya Scott 6th. Hysteria 7th. Yurika Kokone 8th. Irie Verdis 9th. And Eliza EVE in 10th. Eliza Nono in 11th. Mesmerizing 12th. And Kiri is in 13th place.
And then let's move on to the next one. Maybe slow down a wee bit when
right. I got a bit excited. Anyways, Utahime Mochizuki currently in 14th place with Tomoe Umari in 15th. Lumi Yukime sits herself in 16th place with Triggerfish in 17th. Meifei 18th place with Nikki Ray and Tomomi Toraya making up the top 20. And then Nova Alkami making up in 21st, and then 22nd it is going to be Amoria. 23rd is Chitamo Obo with Mivi Ivory and Lenim alongside her in row 12. Ruby Runhar and Maeve Morveren in also a decent position in 25th and 26th. 27 it's going to be Daisy Denali and Yayugiri in 28th. 29th is Admira Wyvenhart with Mia Melania in 30th place. 30th first is Shabaltanya with Renara Roronea in 32nd. Coma Oboro and Stimpak make up 33rd and 34th, 35th and 36th. The final row on the grid, which essentially rows 18, will be handled by Taiga Toragami and Leia Asimov.
All right, that's your full grid for this round 7. VGTC is coming up in August. We do need to sign up, and I still need to do some testing on cars. So if you want to sign up, scroll up in the live chat, and there's also the link to the car list in the description for this stream. All right. Anyway, we are set to begin here with Coney at pole for this race, and so let's get right to the action already.
All right, Dak, let's hit the race button. And again, I apologize if there's going to be some noises in the background because there's someone calling my dad, and we'll talk about that later. Dak.
All right, here come the red lights, and they'll turn green, and here we go. Off and rolling here in Korea.
Well, it's not that side of Korea, but anyways, Coney Confetti having a very good start though. Over Lunette, into the first corner. Essentially, the Grand Prix turns 4, 5, and 6. Everyone is doing pretty okay coming into the this section here, but we already have a spin further back. That's Tomomi Toraya in basically going in reverse and collecting multiple other cars. There's also another few cars that have already parked as well. But looks like everyone is doing pretty okay so far. Tis Stimpack has damaged front wing. Also Daisy Dandelion being involved in the melee alongside Aokami. This race has already taken some pretty decent amount of prisoners here, and we haven't even gone into the end of the first lap. Crazy stuff.
Indeed it is. Oh man. Bibu car is in production. I can't wait to see how it is on the Brucio F07, the chassis, yeah.
Well, we are going to do some breakdancing after this. But anywho, we are just going to check on to Pokora-kun chasing this one of the other drivers here, but also we got to see some other notable moves here. That's Daisy Dandelion and Stimpack. You saw some of these drivers actually trying to make a move right the inside into the final corner, but that didn't work. But anyways, we still have Coney Confetti though in control of this race over Lunette, and Poco Raccoon doing very well. That's a spin from Poco Raccoon that looks like it's contact between herself and Kumanui Miel, the previous race winner at Gateway. We'll see what happened there. As can we reverse? Rewind. Yeah, I think it's mostly Kumanui Miel understeering into Poco Raccoon, which essentially put Miel into a spin. But fortunately, Poco Raccoon is able to point herself in the right direction still.
Yeah, she basically lost that side scoop where the side pod is where it's supposed to be near the side pod entry. Yeah, notice a side scoop on Volti's car, still intact. Poco is missing. Yeah, just in front of the rear wheel.
Ooh, yeah. Basically, the rear wheel guards, as we've seen in some of these cars, to prevent those wheels from meeting each other and essentially causing these cars to fly up in the air. That's what they're basically used for. Anyways, Coney Confetti though, meanwhile, and Lunette have already pulled away from third place. Minya Scott currently in 2 seconds behind the leading pair.
Chibi Cotton Bum finally racing for the first time this month, currently in 4th. Where was she the whole entire time?
We don't know where she actually but she just has been. I don't know what she's doing, but anywho, we are going to get ourselves back into the race. We have passed 3 minutes and 30 seconds of this race.
Irie is the first DNF for this race.
Oh dear, I might want to see the cause of this as well, as Amoria also come into the pits and it's going to be just a box standard DNF. It looks like it is a race-ending crash, possibly a tire going off, and if you have a tire going off, that's essentially your race over. But anyways, we still have 17 minutes of the race to go. Coney Confetti still in command over basically Lunette, currently in second place. But you see, Confetti actually has pulled away slightly, but Shimi Kanbum in her first race of the season has done very well to stay in third place.
She has improved the spot.
Improved the spot over Minya Scott. I would say that it would be interesting though if Shimi Kanbum has basically wins in her first attempt at a race, and even that comes on race 7 of 15. That would be very weird, but very interesting.
Sorry about the camera glitch there. Anyway, who might we feature next? Just single file action is okay. Where is Meal? One down in 29th.
Meal. Oh, damn. You mentioned about meals. Never mind. You're talking about Kumanui Meal. Never mind that. I was a bit hungry, but at least I ate, so that won't be too much of a problem. But anywho, we are just going to see if there are any drivers at the back of the field. We already have seen drivers up until Leia Asimov get into a lap down, so we might want to check on Nikki Ray and Tomomi Toraya, who are currently in the battle of the Silver Spooners, as they are coming into potentially in a position to get lapped.
And there's the prediction to win at Yeongam, but yeah.
Oh dear. So we will check on the predictions later on and see if it's going to be accurate or not. But anyways, Coney Confetti still in control over Lunette. Gap still at 0.7 of a second. Hasn't opened up or closed. Shibi Cotton Bum has lost out to the top 2. So it's going to be a true horse race though from this point on, at least on paper.
Following along with Mibby, who has come into today in second place in the championship, currently running 13th. Maybe with her interesting, colorful layout.
Well, red, blue, yellow, and green. That might be the race car that I've ever seen, and by that I might say it's the interesting race car that I've ever seen. But anywho, we still have much of the race to contend with. We'll see. Everyone has gone into a single file position, so it's all about managing your tires and essentially seeing if you can nail your pit stop strategies, if there is any. Oh, Eliza, no. I thought that I saw there was damage, but never mind that.
Damage? I don't see much in the way of damage. Her car remains intact.
Yeah, that's the good part, because of the side part colors, I thought that she might actually have a damaged car, but I might just be seeing things.
Pony back to over a 1.5 second lead in her rocket ship. She is sporting her astronaut model livery. Her first livery had this interesting split color scheme. She's going for a more simple design. The all-white, almost all-white look, except for, of course, the front and rear wings.
Well, and I just noticed though, the rear wings are basically cyan color, or was that teal color, and then you also have the front wing end plates that are also mint in color, but also we get to see pink and purple on the front wings themselves. Yeah. Interesting color combination at that. I do dig the mint and white though on the colors. It reminds me of peppermint.
Also reminds me a bit of mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Yummy.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, who doesn't like mint chocolate chip ice cream? I mean, you gotta have insane taste if you don't like it. But anywho, We are just going to see here as the race now gets into the halfway stage. Right now we still have Coney Confetti in very decent amounts of control so far. We are looking at Kumanui Miel, who is trying to fend off Mayfei, who of course won one of the San Francisco races yesterday.
Yep, won the first of 2 San Francisco races. Mayfei currently running 16th, pretty good.
Decently run so far, but if you know anything about the championship battles here in VTRP competitions, is that you gotta need to make the races. 1, 2, you gotta need to qualify well, and 3, stay out of trouble. 4, have pace. 5, finish in a good position. We need to meet all of these 5 in order if we want to. I forgot step 6. Do it again and again and again consistently. You gotta need to do all 6 of these steps in the right order if you want to be seen as a great championship contender in VTRP competitions. And right now, based on my calculations in the standings as of sorts, Kumanui Miel is currently your championship leader. But if we see who is currently up in front right here, I want to know though where Kiri Kilovolt is.
Ulti currently running 12th at the moment.
Well, I would say that Kiri Kilovolt has a very decent chance of leapfrogging multiple drivers in the championship, given that she is only 34 points behind Kumanui Miel, despite missing despite missing 2 races after 6 so far. Kumanui Miel, of course, has entered in all 6 races alongside Lumi Yukime and Mesmerizing, and also Hysteria, and also Sarah Luceria, and others.
Unfortunately, Sarah Luceria has her first DNQ of a championship, it looks like. Yeah, she didn't qualify for this Korea race.
Oh.
Yeah, Chibi. Oh. Yeah, Madam qualifying really highly and doing very well too here in these first 11 minutes. As we come down to 10 minutes for this race, well over halfway, so the race is official. Whether you like it or not.
So we are just going to proceed to monitor the rest of the field here, as the race isn't just about the drivers at the front or the back. We also need to take a look on what's in the middle, and sometimes the middle ground is the best ground. Also, whether you like it or not, as there might be some unheard of interesting stories that we might want to talk about. And right under, while everyone is still essentially going single file here, especially coming into the Grand Prix turns 4, 5, and 6, we are checking at an interesting amount of train of cars. I wonder who's leading those train of cars. Can we see who is on P20?
P20, that's Chitamu.
Yeah, Chitamu Omo currently in 20th place, currently leading this Piper field of cars, essentially, and which involves Impact, Dragonfish, Mayflower Varen, and Co. And right now they are struggling to overtake here. Now, a bit of a fun fact here: the Yeongnam circuit is known for 3 long straights, which is essentially the start-finish straight, which is not really that long, but essentially comes after a long flat-out section in the final set of corners. So that may count as an overtaking opportunity, because turns 1 and 2 in the Grand Prix layout are very tight. And then exiting turn 2, you have another very long back straight that comes into turn 3, which essentially this National Circus' final corner. And then another long back straight coming into the Grand Prix turns 4, 5, and 6 chicane section. So once you and with those straights being gone, well, two of these three straights being gone, you should essentially basically have only one serious overtaking opportunity.
Interesting facts to know about the Korean track right there.
And speaking of which, that is also going to affect overtaking, which is why a lot of these drivers are going single file. But if you take it from me, as someone who have seen drivers trying to force action into areas where they shouldn't, most of these times they will end up crashing, and they will make a not so interesting name from themselves. So I would rather have a clean race, that clean, boring race, than a dirty race filled with messy overtakes. Not sure if you can agree on that one.
Yeah, we're just seeing how it pans out in this last third of the race. 7 minutes to go here. Yeah. Anyway, the news involving Hi Psychoda, the announcement, and it's looking pretty grim. And I've heard of rumors about Kai's name being blocked from another Idol member's streams. I think it's Poco's. I'm not sure.
Oh dear.
But, it's
dear.
It's looking pretty bad here.
Oh dear,
Yeah.
especially given how one of the fan arts involving Kai Sakura was of course drawn by Poco, which is absolutely very depressing to see. But we will have to play out how we'll see how the race plays out. Anyways, Koni Confetti has pulled a gap over Lunette. Gap's now over 1.1 seconds. And here's the good news: Shibi Kanbum has actually caught up a bit to Rina Lunette. And might she be able to catch Connie Confetti? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Yeah, the news might be problematic for supporters of Hi and others who support the Idol Corp talents. But that's gonna come later. Right now, the focus is on how these last 5.5 minutes will fare for the 35 remaining drivers in this race, as well as who will be racing at Michigan and the Sachsenring. We've got racing to focus on right now. Again, apologies for the background noise from Alex Hall.
Yeah, I really don't know if I can really avoid this thing though. But yeah, excuse me. Never mind that.
Look at that gap between 19th and 20th. 6 seconds separating Ruby Runehart and Chitamu Omo.
Well, that's an interesting sight to see here. Well, given the gaps between the two, it's actually pretty big. So Chitamu Omo is actually having a pretty lonely race, although she is currently having some company by lap cars that may not impact her position at the moment. But we are checking into Rina Lunette, who is chasing Connie Confetti right now. Shibi Kanbum, meanwhile, is currently watching from a distance.
Rina's getting closer to Coney. The lead was a little over 1.6 at one point. Now it's around half that time.
Ooh, something interesting may be brewing here as we are going into onboard Rina Lunette. So the number 03 machine tries to catch Coney, and we are coming to the final 4 minutes though. And if we do make up a prediction for ourselves here, we might be seeing about potentially 3 to 4 laps to go.
And at the number of laps so far, 16 through, and these are the times at hand for the race leader in Coney. 102s, 103s, 104, but around the 102, 103 range.
Yeah, we are just going to check onto the previous laps that she's had. Looking at the previous laps, that she is currently coming onto her own with 102. So we are looking to see 4 more laps here, and I believe that once the drivers cross the line for one final lap here, it might be around 4 to 5 seconds. This is essentially the margins that we are actually going to talk about.
Yeah, we're keeping our eyes peeled, eyes focused on the clock from time to time, while the racing is still ongoing. Coney basically leading throughout the entire race. As for Rina, she's hoping to give Stellaverse their very first win. Stellaverse, they have yet to have a podium so far this month. So Rina has a decent chance of
Oh dear.
getting the podium for the first time for that agency.
Oh, someone's gone off!
Right. Oh,
That's Simi Khan, but actually making a mistake though. I noticed though she actually gone off though. It looks like she have essentially braked at the wrong places, found no traction during the braking section, essentially went off into the wall. And you can see here her brakes failed. It looks like her brakes have been failing.
Oh, that's a blooper right there. Amazingly, she's still running. She only just lost her side scoop in front of her rear left.
And I also noticed one thing about her front wing being somewhat damaged though from that melee, but we are going to have 2 more laps of racing. This is the penultimate lap, so right now we are looking at Coney though, now only having a half a second gap over Rena Lunette. Yeah, man, what a tongue twister of a name she has right now. But anyways, Lunette is chasing Coney right now, so this might be the battle that we need to pay attention to.
You gotta keep an eye on these two. Ah, man, that was a mistake by Shibby, hoping for that nice podium. It could have been worse. Yeah, could have been worse for her, but luckily she's still doing fine. She's still 4th at the moment. As we will have the white flag waved for Coney.
Yep, Coney has been doing very well though to control this race from where she is right now. She has led just about every lap. Will she be able to lead the final lap as well as Rena Lunette is chasing? We'll have to wait and see as the final lap continues to progress.
Man, that's a space race for the astronauts. Looking pretty good. Just a few turns away. Yeah, I think time is just gonna run out before start finish.
Yeah, they will not have time. This will be the final lap. White flag has already waved. Coney Confetti is gonna be through to the finish line.
And she's done all she could to outlast Rena Lunette up to the finish. It's mission accomplished for Coney Confetti. She grabs her first win in CorpoCar World's action. Coney Confetti wins in Yeongam.
Well, I would say this though. Confetti may be flying around, may be raining right now. And given that it's the space car that essentially made its advancements in the space age, I want to say that it's not just a mission accomplished. I mean, the landing is absolutely spot on from Coney.
Indeed, Adak, indeed. Rena Lunette gets the very first podium for a Stellarverse Pro driver, so fair play, well done to Rena. And Minya Scott finishes 3rd for a nice podium for Specialité JP.
Another great result from Specialité. Minya Scott managing to bring that car to 3rd. Shibi Cotton bumped close but not cigar from her. Those late stage brake failures have essentially costed her what should be an easy 3rd place, but given how she started in 5th and has done very much a good job in limiting her damage, I'd say that she has done absolute wonders to keep that 4th place.
Yeah, big props to her for finally getting her first points, and a nice respectable amount of points for her. Yeah, just shy of a podium, but still a very nice high finish for Shibi Cotton Bum in her first race appearance in the month.
Speaking of which,
go ahead.
Speaking of which, we are going to see the remaining drivers trying to complete their laps here, as we're going to congratulate Coney Confetti for her great results here. But it looks like everyone have crossed the line, so we are just going to confirm it. Coney Confetti wins the space race in Yeongnam. Beats everyone else. Rena Lunette has to settle for 2nd. Minya Scott in 3rd. Specialité having done a very good job to bring that Specialité name up there. Shibi Khan bump for Vialir finally finishes a race, and she gets to be in 4th place. Great start, 4th start of the season for her. Stereo 5th, Rika Kokoni 6th, Eliza 7th, Mesmerizing 8th. I think Mesmerizing might be in a shot for the championship lead. Eliza Onono 9th, Pokorakun 10th, with Otaimi Mochizuki in 11th, Mivi Ivory 12th, Tomoe Umari 13th. 14th is Kiri Kilovolt. We might see some interesting changes in the top of the table. Mia Malonia 15, Mayfei 16, Yayugiri 17, Koma Oboro 18, Ruby Runehart 19, and Shitama Omo rounds at the top 20. And then we got Maeve Morvarin 21st, Taika Toragami 22nd, Admiral Wyvern Hart 23rd, Reina Ron Ronea 24th. Man, I have a crazy tongue twister here. 25th, Shabatonia. Nikki Rain 26th, Tomomi Toraya 27th, Leia Asimo 28th, Kumanui Miel 29th, Stimpack 30th, Turkifish 31st, Nova Alkami 32nd, Daisy Dandelion 33rd, Lumi Yukime 34th, Amoria 35th, and Irie Viridis, unfortunately, is your only DNF in this race. Very big F in the chat. Anyways, Dak, don't forget 101 points for essentially the pole sitter and the winner of this race, Connie Confetti.
And Amoria 35th, Irie 36th. That's worthy of
Oh no! Disaster!
Party.
Bad idea!
Throw them a party.
Oh my goodness!
A birthday party. Even though it's not really their birthday, but you get the idea.
And I'll also play this. Okay, let's bring in the points and then quickly calculate the points and then get out of here.
So, also, I just wanted to point out, though, Connie Confetti has been pretty much not in the pretty much not in a position to win it. I mean, if we look at Connie, though, she's only scored 20 points at the start. And before you say anything, I've already adjusted the poll standings here. So, anywho, from only scoring 20 points in the first 6 races to scoring a win, that's a very great return of investment for Connie.
Yeah, I might need to adjust a few names. Let's see, Miel and who else am I missing? Triggerfish, of course, did not bother to score points, so that's a nil for her. And who finished 20th for 12 points? That's Chitamu Omo, so 12 for her. And we'll confirm that's all 36 drivers. And that's looking pretty good. And Adak, who are the top 5?
Well, we are going to see some interesting changes here in the top 2 because it's now a monopoly between the VNU members of Mivi Ivory and Mesmerizing. Both of them have yet to score a win, but by sheer consistency from these two, they have managed to stay up in the top 2 in the standings. Eliza Nono, despite literally being missing throughout all 3 races from yesterday's stream, has managed to have a return of investment finally to challenge these VNU members back in the top step with 217 points for Elias. Miv Ivory Manuel is in 232. Mesmerizing 219. Kuma Nui Miel sits at 216 points in 4th place, and Taiga Toragami in 5th with 195 points. Now, I would say that I would love to continue being in the commentary, but family conversations are absolutely going to get in the way of this entire thing, and of course, this is the only place with a very good internet connection that, and even this place is going to be riddled with noise, so I'm going to have to bail for the next 2 races. Hopefully, the races in Michigan and Sachsenring won't disappoint. I'll see you all in the next stream where we'll be racing in Hampton Downs, Phoenix, and Tokachi. Yeah. Anyways, sorry if I have to leave early, but let's just hope that we might see some interesting changes as we approach the halfway stage.
All right. Thanks for coming, Adak. Hope to see you on the next one.
Right. Cheers.
All right. So yeah. Well done to Cody for getting the big win, her first Worlds win. But that's a career race. For obvious reasons. All right. All right, we'll be back. We'll be back for more action in Michigan. See you in a bit. Well, okay then, I suppose we should get to move on with this next round here. If anyone wants to come into commentary, just ping me and on the Discord, and I'll let you in. But now it's just me for this next round, which will take place at Michigan 2 Mile Oval, and interestingly enough, there's a NASCAR race taking place there this weekend. Yeah, it's a 400-mile race taking place today in the Cup Series. So yeah. Again, with VTRP races on tracks that are being used the same day in real life series, so very interesting. Okay, where is the track I want to go to? Michigan? Okay. 2 Mile D-shaped oval, 3.219 kilometer, banked at 18 degrees in the turns, front stretch 12, back stretch 5. And rolling start, laps in time. We're going to do 35 laps and 25-minute time limit. And let's set the field for this race. Low. Alright, I've got the top three. Coney, Rena, and Minya. Is Minya. Coney, Rena, Minya. Okay. Right, and we'll come back to the other whatchamacallits later as we have a look at the qualifying and the track preview with cute and cuddly Amoria of B&U. Now we're gonna start off here and showcase a lap on this track. What's the top speed on these Lolas? 197 I'm seeing. Well, those are qualifying speeds at least. Yeah, this car mod, this Champ Car 0506 car mod only just has the one aero kit. Basically, they're racing road course kits on a 2 Mile oval. And one more for good measure. On the back stretch, and I expect Amoria would go into pit lane. And this one, yeah. Awful performance for her in her home country race. 35th out of 36. Hopefully she may have better luck in this round, if she does qualify at least. Speaking of qualifying, and for the first time this month, we have an instance of the previous race winner's curse. So yeah, a few drivers couldn't manage to gather enough times, and Coney just missing out on qualifying for this race. And yeah. And oh no, Sarah again didn't qualify. Top 2 for this race. Top 2 of the previous race in Yeongam didn't qualify here. Oi. No Roa, I'm afraid. Tara, Koma, Emi, Kokone, Ruby, Tomoe, Koni, Sarah, Rina, Goro, Hysteria, and Utahime. The other 40, though, they will be racing. Well. Alright, so yeah. Madam gets a pole for Michigan. And then we have Leah alongside her in the front row. And Alias and Plane. And hopefully I did set rolling starts. Hopefully I did set rolling starts. Okay, I did. I'm looking through looking to see if I set some settings right. Eliza and Admira, 5 and 6, and then Nova Ye Daisy. And then Trigger, Mivy, and Stimpek. Right, Amoria, Lumi, Mamie, and Rara. Ari, Bonnie, Spica, and Taryn Hu. Azusa, Kumanui, Minya, and Nikki. Mizma, Maeve, Reina, and Volti. Rem, Kai, Poco, Mercy. Tomomi, Koa, Chitamu, and Mia. And finally, Snoozy, Perry, Tanya, and Mayfei. Okay, so this is going to be a 35-lap race on this 2-mile oval. With Shibby Cottonbum of Via Lure at pole for this race. With Leah Asimov of Glitch Stars starting alongside. And speaking of Glitch Stars, congrats to Glitch Stars for getting Kana Yanagi. She's joining Glitch Stars. Welcome, Kana Yanagi, to Glitch Stars. Wishing her the best of luck when she formally joins the agency next month. Anyway. let's consider an oval race. We are going to fast forward a bit, start off here. Shibby and Lee on your front row, 40 cars, 35 laps, 100 points for the winner. And an expectation to see some pack racing. Let's see what happens. It's the middle round of the championship, round 8 of 15 at Michigan. And here we go to the green flag. Right now. And immediately a 4 wide. I thought I saw a 5 wide. But yeah, I'm seeing a 5 wide, and no surprise right there. Cars going 3 wide, 4 wide, starting to pack up like a I can't think of words to describe this situation. 4, maybe 5 wide on hand. Yep, crazy racing as you would see in CorpoCar, but not in real life, because that would just be too gosh darn dangerous. Oh man, it doesn't feel great to be squished between other cars in the wall. Oh man, cars driving well below the line. That's a 5 wide, it looks like, yeah. 5 wide all throughout. What in the world is this? This is just nuts. Folks, this is going to be one of those races where it's going to be hard to figure out who's going to win. Get yourself together, Mia Melania. Now we're seeing more proper speeds, over 200 miles an hour. 210 I'm seeing a 210. Now these are road course cars, road course kits on an oval. For Vtuber IndyCar, which uses Speedway aero kits, I see speeds of over 240 miles per hour. But 210 here, holy cow. Mercy of Via Lure up in front at the moment, followed by Lumi Ukime, who's trying her best to keep ahead in the championship standings. And lots of drivers pushing and shoving for position. Oh my. I hope this non-stop pack racing doesn't mess with things and... Oh, no. Nova Okami has herself an oopsie-whoopsie, but we cannot press the replay button because that would screw up the race standings as it is. Unlucky for the Glitch Stars member. Front and rear wing just basically bent out of shape. Stimpack also frustrated with what's going on. Currently in 39th. Shabby from pole suddenly down there in 37th. Man, we are seeing a whole lot of things happening here. Oh, a car going wide! A car going wide! That's Mevy, she is a goner! Mevy is a casualty in this race. championship points leader, albeit for a brief time, will not score in this race, and we are expected to see a new points leader, it looks like. Tearing Hu in the lead, followed by Poco and Azusa Honami, who is racing for once, and is way up there. Currently has the briefest of leads by around a couple of inches or centimeters or whatever units of measurement you're going into. Okay, here's Irie leading. Fresh after her disappointing early DNF in South Korea. Hoping for a much better result this time. But, of course, anything can still happen here, lads. We are seeing single-file action close to the front, which is more of what you would expect in real life. More cars dispersing, I guess. Yeah, it was packed earlier, but now it's looking pretty darn ridiculous all of a sudden. Did I say more ridiculous? I mean, yeah, everyone seems to be more spread out. Yeah, Irie wants to hold the Michigan monopoly. Wants to still be able to pass go and collect $200. Currently being challenged by Rokura V4 Mirai. Pucker is a distant third, interestingly enough. You're now seeing more of a scramble for position for third and below. But they're slowly trying to make their way towards the top two. Let's see. I may need a reminder in the live chat to check the replays, see what happened to Mivi and Nova. Because that was a nasty tumble by poor Nova, and also a very unlucky DNF for Mivi right here. We're seeing another split from the pack of cars there. Tearing Hu and Mercy Modiste. Globy and Vialir. And there is Kumanui Miel, one of the front runners for the championship, as she awkwardly gets passed by Poco and a few more cars. Well, so much for that. Anyway, hi. The announcement coming up later. It's a serious announcement. Don't know if it'll be her her last weekend of racing in CorpoCar or whatever. If she does make her announcement. I don't know if it'll be an immediate step down from Idol or if it's to be on a later date. But yeah, fans of Kai Sakota holding their breath for the inevitable as we continue on the action here. Irie still ahead of Rara as we are through 16 laps now. Well, Maeve, dropping a whole lot of positions. The CorpoCar silly season coming into full force. What with the announcement of with the adorable Ducky of Kana Yanagi joining Glitch Stars, and on a more somber note, a potential bad news announcement regarding Kai Sakoda. Okay, Rara has eventually managed to get past Irie. Took long enough for Rara to make a move. Yeah, these two were starting to reach that part of Nova, it appears, and yeah. That's the opportunity for the overtake. And now here's Irie wanting to rebound here. But Nova is being a distraction again. Actually, Rara is slowing down a bit, it looks like. Trying to see what's good here. More back and forth, and Irie slowing down a bit, just trying to perhaps save herself for the latter stages of the race. We're well over halfway through this race now. Terringhu and Mercy Modiste are getting closer now to Irie and Rara, though. Meanwhile, it's a total cluster of cars together. Down to 15 here in Michigan. Irie getting a bit frustrated about that Nova car in the way. Oh yeah, where is Chibi? Well, improving spots, but still outside of the top 30. Still not looking too great, considering the whole mess of cars well ahead. Oh dear, Admira down 2 here. Another 38 cars remaining on the lead lap. It's a shuffle of cars, 4 wide, almost 5 wide, toward mid-pack. Now, maybe chaotic here, but we have some actual racing going on. Mercy is now right behind Irie. Terring still has a bit of catching up to do. And Alias is the leader of a pack of cars well behind the top 4. It's a wait to see who will try to make a move, who will break out of this line. Mercy trying to consider, but is content to stay in the racing line at the moment. Coming down to 10 laps at Michigan. keeping an eye on Mercy. And now Rara Rokora is trying to get a bit away from Irie, but Irie wants no part of the craziness. She's gonna vie for the lead here, but no. Yeah, she's gonna regress a bit to third, and a bit of a more distant third. And Tearing, who has seemingly lost her way, and now she can't see the top three anymore. Mamie Majoko somehow has managed to jump up to fifth ahead of Neil. Nice string of single file cars from fifth and below. Meanwhile, back to these three and a Nova car. Around these turns 3 and 4 they go. But the awkward situation at hand is that there's more traffic up ahead. That may be another challenge for the lead drivers. That's at least Kiri Kilovolt and a few others. That's Volty and Snoozy. Again, Snoozy not having a good month, I'm sure. But anyway. Oh man, they are fast approaching Snoozy and Volty. And Rara will drop to a distant third. Not liking what she's seeing. It's gonna be more of a scramble now. Three-ish wide for the lead. And now Irie tries to go in front but couldn't stick. Rara keeps ahead. Coming down to 4 laps here. The scramble of lead and lap cars messing with the momentum here. Mercy slowing down substantially. And Irie is back to being behind Rara, and no, this is not the way to go for Irie. And just what we would expect to see. A shuffle. Oh dear, oh dear. We have ourselves a pit stop shuffle all of a sudden. This late in the race, come on. Yeah, Irie is now third, but by the time they get into pit lane, there's going to be a shuffle, and oh, absolutely ridiculous. Oh, that's going to cost Stimmy the race. Yeah. And the sound effects don't want to work. Oh, this is an unbelievable valley of BS we're seeing here. Yeah, that's gonna keep her in a pit lane for a while. And that's certainly gonna drop her to well below 30th. And Mercy goes into pit lane, and this race is officially awkward. And of all the drivers to win, it's gonna be Mayfei. And yeah, that's Mayfei's second win of the month. So yeah, this race is officially owned. Well, this is not the worst result in the world for Irie. She is going to finish in the points. Oh yeah, that was a weird result. There goes Horse Axolotl's Michigan Monopoly. Mayfei, that's her second win. And, geez Louise, she started off 40th and got the win! Because nothing makes sense anymore! Helene Hoshikuzu finishes second, and Mia Melania gets another podium finish. So Irie fished on the points, barely. I don't think we can penalize Stimpak anymore for that awkward moment. That crash out in 39th is penalty enough for her. So Mayfei, whom we didn't focus at all throughout the race, got the win out of nowhere. Because, pit stop shuffle, happened. Well, Kuminori Miel finished top 5 and 4th, so let's see how it is. Mayfei, Plane, Mia, Kuminori, Koa, Mizma, Mamie, Tomomi, Chitamu, Perry, Spika, Minya, Mercy, Triggerfish, Leah, Eliza, Kyra, Maeve, Alias, Amoria, Yay, Irie, Poco, Teringhu, Shibi. Shibi got points, luckily. Daisy, Azusa, Rem, and Tanya get points. And metal pipes have been dropped for Bonnie, Lumi, Nikki, Nova, Reina, Kiri Kilovolt, Snoozy, Admira, Stimpak, and Mibby. Okay, who finished 4th? Oh yeah, that's Miel who finished fourth for 50 points. 50. And who was pole for this race? Should be Cotton Bum. So yeah, with that shocker of a win from 40th, from the start of 40th, Mayfei now has a points lead, 268, 2 ahead of Kuminui Miel. And third is Ms. Rising with 259. Mibby did not qualify for this race, 232. And Alias Anono is fifth with 229. And yeah, that race ended up taking place. So, Moki Doki, gonna take a break for a couple more minutes, and then we will head on over to Germany, the Sachsenring, for round 9, the last race of this first CorpoCar Worlds weekend. So, see you all in a couple minutes for more CorpoCar World Series Season 7 action. Alright, before we continue on to the Sachsenring, let's have a look at some crazy bloopers that took place in Michigan. I want to try to find some good background music. So, yeah. So, let's see what's wrong here with some of the drivers. I'm gonna do loop. So yeah, this is the driver that ultimately ended up winning the race, Mayfei, from a start of 40th and getting the win because, yeah, I don't know what happened. Let's see. There's, yeah, okay. What happened to, Nova? If we can find Nova. Nova. Okay, Nova. I swear I saw Nova somewhere in the field. Nova. Oh, there you are. Nova. And then, yeah. Yeah, she was stuck in a pack of cars, and then all of a sudden, just lost it completely. Just tumbled, and yeah, just popped out. Yeah, like a cartoon. That's the music I'm playing. Yeah. Oh man, look at Maeve's car also flying. Yeah. Crazy stuff happening here. Yeah, where is Maeve Morvaran? If we could see her, yeah. Oh man, that's dangerous. And as for Mibby, or we could find her somewhere in this pack. Okay, maybe. Yoo-hoo, maybe. There you are. Okay. She crashed somewhere. Yeah, just lost control completely. And yeah, that's yeah, that immediately brought her into pit lane. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's awkward. And the quickest transition to pit lane retirement yet. And then the most BS moment of them all. Stimpak just being confused by the pit stop shuffle. Ran a run, yeah, had nothing. No incident here. Just Stimpak, and What? Yeah, Irie just wanted to. I don't know. What was Irie trying to accomplish here? Was Irie trying to get into pit lane, or what in the world was that all about? Oh, that's just perfect timing on that sound effect. Yeah, and that's the end of Stimpak's race, and then somehow we got a race win from Mayfei. Yeah, just fast forward up to the finish, and yeah, and this is lap 35, and all the way to the finish, up to the checkered flag, and Bob's your uncle. Okay. All right, let's move on to the Sachsenring. All right, back to the usual settings. Time 21 minutes. It's located in East Germany. Located in eastern Germany in the Saxony region, Hohenstein-Ernstthal. I may be butchering the name of that place. FIA grade 3, because of course it is. 13 turns, 2.281 miles, 3.671 kilometer. Okay, that's all you would need to know. Load! Actually, does it look right? Do the race settings look right? Alright, now I can't even tell anymore. I can't even tell anymore, because, yeah, I'm confused now. Okay, what? Okay. Everything makes sense. Okay, let's continue on. Let's continue on with qualifying. Okay, who will we follow along with the track preview? Anyone wants to bother coming out, because this is a new track we're racing on. Racing here in Saxony for the first time. Ruby Runehart of Idol. Going to fast forward to this very start right here. It's a uphill climb, interestingly enough. Going into the Coca-Cola curve, turn 1. Named as such because there's supposed to be Coca-Cola signs, but I don't see such signs. And then turn 2, and then Castrol Omega turn 3, which is a very interesting inner turn. And then quickly 4, 5, 6. The Stern Quell. And where did my driver go? This is turn 7, and now turn 8, which is this one. And 9, 10, 11, into the Sachsen curve, turn 12, and finally the Weckenberg curve. turn 13, and that's a lap here. As we're going to pit lane, and yeah. All right, let's set the grid for this race. Let's set this grid for this race. Let's set this grid for this race. Set this grid for this race. Let's see who will qualify here. Let's see who will qualify for this race here. We will set 36 cars for this round, and we have previous race winner's curse again. So, yeah, okay. That was a delayed rate. Yeah, I just need to choose a sound to play. This is one of those days, lads. I don't even know anymore. And Shibby is back to not qualifying. So's Mercy. So yeah, this is awkward. Roa comeback time, or Miel? Is Miel in this race? Yeah. Is Miel even in this race? Yeah, but starting off 33rd, the others, yeah, we'll have to kick out. Snoozy Chew, come on, get yourself together, please. And it's a complete shutout, I'm afraid, for Sarah Luceria. Oh, that is awkward. We had a Alias shutout yesterday, and now we have Sarah Luceria shutout today. And Volti will start off back of the grid. Kai Sakota, which might be her last race, or what have you not. We'll wait to see what happens later on. She's going to start off 27th, but it's going to be Chitamu Omo who starts off at pole for this interesting Saxony race. And then we have Amoria and Tanya and Daisy. And then Tomoe, Azusa, Eliza, and Minya. Tomomi, Bonnie, Ye, and Maeve. Homa, Mamie, Nova, and Diary. Mia, Spica, Rara, and Leah. Alias, Koa, Hysteria, and Kokone. Lene, Koni, Kai, Nikki. Lumi, Roa, Rena, and Tering. And finally, Kumanui, Stempak, Rena, and Volti. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's race. So here we are, round 9 at the Sachsenring in Saxony, Germany. Omo leading everyone off to the green light, and off we go. Good jump by Amoria. And she's gonna go clear of Daisy DeLion and Omo. 3 wide right here. An early battle for position. Who is gonna get up to third at the moment. It's going to be Tanya here as cars make their way up. There's some interesting elevation changes going on here. A nice compact track. Sure, it's FIA Grade 3, but it's workable enough to be a nice racetrack for these Corpo Vtubers to race at. And we already have a sorry, please try again next time for Taryn Hu. And Plane having an awkward moment. Mamie still with a barely intact car. The one lap is gonna be Amoria, followed by Daisy and Chitamu Omo. Plane still stuck. That may be a DNQ for... No, a DNF for her, it looks like. Yeah, she's not going to get out of this mess she's currently in. And Kai Saikoda, oh man, we all feel for her. It's tough times right here, fellas. Looks like Amoria won out here in this race for positioning and is currently well ahead of the field as we officially have a DNF for Plane. Yeah, Plane is out goal. Meanwhile, Amoria's been struggling today. Been having a struggle throughout this month. Currently doing okay here early on. As we're seeing how most everyone is doing. Kuminoe Miel is currently stuck in 24th. Oh, careful there. I will need to go back to my points standings file. See how everyone is doing. Mayfei did not qualify for this race because the curse is a thing. That's an awkward camera angle right there for the finish line. Is Mizma even in this race? Where is Mizma? Yeah, no Mizma as far as I'm concerned. How about Mivy? Well, Mivy isn't even here either. Alias is in this race, however, but yeah, just having a bit of a backache, being stuck mid-pack. It's a 2.7 second lead for Amoria of B&U. Amoria hoping to not have a bad luck moment for the third consecutive race. Another ridiculous scuffle with Nova, like in the Michigan race. And Rokora to the picture as well. What is up with these three? Come on. The rivalry continues here in the Sachsenring. Ultimately, it was Stimpak who caused Amoria to finish outside the podium and 23rd, but still, yeah. Irie in her home country race in Germany doesn't want to deal with further BS going on, as Yurikago Kokone finds herself in pit lane. Amoria still leading, and Chitamu tried to catch up to Daisy DeLion. Tanya just tried to play things safe here in 4th. And Azusa Honami finally waking up. Finally getting into the swing of things here. Yeah, that's yeah. Toma Omari, you gotta like her special new livery. Ready for the summer. She normally has a tan orange livery. Going nice summer blue skies here. Very nice alternate color scheme for Worlds for one of the newer members of Vtuber. Anywho. Nikki Ray needing to do some repairs. Of course, she's her own mechanic, so I suppose she can quickly come in and out of the car and make some interesting fixes, refuel her car, and then get back into the action, even though she's way outside the points at the moment in 34th. Yeah. Why couldn't you provide the ibuprofen time warning back in the Yeongam race? Why only now? Meanwhile, let's see how it is with some of the others. Oh, a slippy slide by May Moverin. A bit dangerous, but she has managed to correct herself. So no further chaos taking place as Mia Melania just annoys Kokone as Mia goes into pit lane to restore a front wing. And there we go. I thought she was going through a drive-through penalty, but no, she's just having to stop to repair her front wing, which makes more logical sense. The lead is now 3.645 for Amoria, who won the East Series, the CorpoCar East Series in Season 5, I believe, last year. One of the more stronger performing BNU members. Although struggling early on in this series, just wanting to, yeah, right now she's just wanting to get on the board with a win, maybe. Careful, Coma. Careful, Coma. Miel, just sticking here, just trying to stay alive here. A lot of names in the top 5 not qualifying for this race, shockingly enough. with the exception of Miel here. Mia Melania 6th in the championship, not doing so great in 32nd. Oi, Taiga Toragami, not qualified as Coma Spins. Coma Spins. Let's quickly get into the replay. What seems to be the blooper just caught something and just yeah, had a bit of an awkward moment, but luckily is right back into the swing of things. In 18th at the moment. Amoria still leading. Almost still a small distance behind Daisy DeLion. Yeah, I suppose Coma would want to take ibuprofen right now. Camera. I don't see Taiga Toragami in this field, awkwardly enough, but there is Lumiu Kime, who's in the top 10. Zeros today at Yeongam and Michigan. As Bonnie Barkswell finds herself stuck. What happened? Just lost control, and it's too late for a replay. Just trying to get back onto the track, stuck touching grass, and gotta watch out for some cars behind her. We're starting to see a few slippy, slidey situations with some of the drivers here. Alias seems to have improved a bit. She's currently 15th. No need for her to take ibuprofen at the moment. Oh, Roa. Outside of the top 30, having to stop at pit lane. Roa been not having a hot series herself. We are gonna soon reach the 2/3 mark of this race. We will soon come to 7 minutes here in Saxony. That's why it's called the Sachsenring, even though it's spelled Saxony for us. Hohenstein-Ernstthal, near Chemnitz in Saxony, Germany. Hosts FIM Motorcycle Grand Prix racing. And also some action in the DTM. Recently, fairly recently started to get back to use in the Deutsche Tourenwagen Masters. After 3 years in 2002, and then after a long break, back in action in 2023 and current. 7.5 second lead for Amoria. And growing. The issue is the potential for Amoria to eventually reach traffic. We don't see any more bloopers at the moment. How is Miel doing? Struggling in 26th still. Lumi, a couple spots ahead. And we're gonna feature Kai a bit more. Didn't get much in the way of Worlds action. Since debuting in season 5, I believe. Was she in Worlds earlier? Can't see anything before season 4. The last before the expanded championship trail got in. But yeah, she got a very nice win at Roebling Road in the West Series last April, which we're never visiting again because that track is rather broken in our factor, and there's no remake of the track. Under 4 minutes to go for Amoria, and she's starting to reach traffic already. As we're seeing a car stuck, Mamie Majoko is out of the race. Oh no, that's gotta be a busted engine for her. Game over for her in this round. Daisy hoping to take the opportunity to get close to Amoria as we come down to the last 3 minutes. Amoria just wants to have a clean race the rest of the way. We'll say 3 laps to go. So make that 19 laps, it looks like. The gap has went down a tiny bit to 7.141. And that's officially a busted engine for Mamie. That's what I thought I would see. Coma again having issues, and it's even worse, no? Gotta watch out. Oh, that was close. Did not screw up the race for Amoria, luckily. Fair play to Coma. Surviving a couple of bloopers. And preventing the race from being screwed up for Amoria. This is 2 to go. Miel still 25th, Ilya still 15th, and Mia back in the points for the time being. Coming down to the final 46 seconds. And we are going to have our white flag up. White flag is waved for Amoria. 1 to go to grab a nice Worlds win. Just need to outlast the traffic ahead of her. The gap has reduced to 6.1 for Daisy to try catch up to Amoria, but it's still a significant distance. Amoria just needs to have a clean rest of the way. And everything will be hunky-dory for the VNU member. Just struggled at Yeongam, and maybe a tiny bit better at Michigan, but certainly loads better here at the Sachsenring. Just a couple more turns for her to get those nice 100 points. And onto start finish, onto the main front stretch, and that will do it. Amoria wins at the Sachsenring. Congratulations. Getting that nice Worlds win. The lone remaining member of Solstice in VNU gets the full 100 points there. And we'll have Daisy Dandelion getting on the board, the second place finish, and 75 points, and Chitamu Omo getting 61 points, finishing third from pole. This race will go to Amoria, dominant from the very start. Just lucky to get that clean start and did not lose her lead since. Well played for the VNU member. And yeah, that's the end of the race anyway, so what we're seeing here doesn't matter. Waiting for Nova and Nikki to finish, and then we will call it for today. Nikki Ray will be done now, and then just Nova to finish off, and that is going to do it. Okay. We are certainly going to have a rather affected points swing in the overall championship here. Amoria with a nice Worlds win. So let's see. Just need to make sure. Moria, Daisy, and Chitamu. Let's see. Mayfei, where is Mayfei? Mayfei, Plane, and Mia. And Amoria. Where is Amoria? Amoria. That's her second Worlds win. Her second win in Worlds. Yeah, I did my math right. Amoria, Daisy. Where is Daisy? Her first Worlds podium. And Chitamu. Her first Worlds podium. So Amoria, Daisy, Chitamu, Ye, Tomoe, Azusa, Eliza, Spica, Koa, Minya, Irie, Tanya, Rara, Maeve, Alias, Tomomi, Rena, Coney, Reyna, Volti, Stimpack, Lumi, Kai will finish 23rd. And in her last race before her announcements, wait to see what happens if this ends up being her last CorpoCar race, or she'll be present for one more weekend of action. Kuminoi finishes 24th. Bonnie, Hysteria, Leah, Nova, Koma, Mia, Kokone, Nikki, Woa, Roa, Mamie, Plane, and Taranhu. That's your final standings for this race, as we will wrap up here. Yeah, it's all but to roll over at this point. You just hate to see it. And 7 points for 24th. Again, I mistyped the Miel's name. In the whatchamacallit. But Miel still has the overall championship points lead. Yeah, Miel, actually, she regains the lead. Yeah, she has scored in all 9 races, Kuminoi Miel. We don't want to see that. We just want to see the top 5 after round 9. So, Kuminoi Miel, 273. Meifei, 268. Misma, 259, and I am aware that we're well over the 2-hour mark. Alias, 251. And maybe 232. That's your top 5. And the current bottom dweller, I'm sorry to report, is Snoozy True, only scoring for just 1 race for 9 points, and yeah, struggling this month. Glitch Star's struggling too. The top driver so far in Glitch Stars is Stimpack in 30th place. Anyway, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. As we have the schedule for next weekend, that's to be determined if it will be on Friday night or Saturday morning. But as you'll have a look at the schedule, we will be at Hampton Downs, Phoenix, and Tokachi coming up on either Friday night or Saturday morning, as we awkwardly shoehorn the rest of the races of CorpoCar Season 7 throughout Off-Kai weekend, and of course the finale next Sunday at Albacete, Cleveland, and Las Vegas. So yeah, that's going to do it for me for this weekend. Please have an awesome week ahead, and enjoy, and hope you prepare well for Off-Kai if you're going, because I certainly won't be able to do so, sadly. Anyway, take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great week ahead. We'll see you again next weekend for more CorpoCar Season 7 action on the Vtuber channel, and don't forget about the VGTC sign-ups if you haven't yet. That's all for me for now. Take care, everyone. Ottedag.